Hello to Dave here. Just doing a blog on the differences I found between Thailand and Malaysia. I'm here in Ubin Ratchathani. It's Tuesday the 13th of September. So we'll see how this blog goes. I tried doing this one yesterday and I had so many ers and ums, which one of my subscribers pointed out to me on other videos. So I'm going to try to do this video without too many ers and ums. So to start with, I spent 4 months in Thailand and then I had 2 months in Malaysia. So to start with Thailand, the immigration, getting in was a nightmare. I had to have the 2 PCR tests, one on day 5, and also only get 1 month in the country before I have to sort out a visa extension. So all I needed to get into Malaysia was an app on my phone to show where I am in the country and proof of my COVID jabs, which I'd got. So it was more or less get off the plane, show them them 2 things, and I was in the country, and it was so simple. The difference is with Malaysia you get 3 months, so don't have to worry about renewing visas. Just go and enjoy yourself around the country. Now obviously since I got to Thailand, things have changed with immigration and COVID, so now it's more or less the same. You just have to have the app on the phone and the proof of COVID. But I did find the major difference was the visa, where you get 30 days in Thailand and 90 days in Malaysia. When you do a visa extension in Thailand, it's a real pain in the backside, so Malaysia wins on that one. When arriving at the airport, the first thing I do is get a SIM card. So pretty straightforward in both Kuala Lumpur and Bangkok. Price is pretty much the same, and it was just a matter of go to the booth. They take a photocopy of your passport and basically you pay and they install the SIM for you. I got mine for a month in both places and then just extended on their apps. So it's all dead simple, but at least you can, once you're in the airport, you can either book a hotel or you can book Grab or whatever taxis that they have. And so pretty similar in both places. Now I've got into a habit, when I get to the airport I'll be travelling 2 big bags, be travelling a long time, and I'll get myself in a taxi, and the airport taxis, massive rip-off. They charge you excessive prices, and that's no different for both countries either. I have just heard that Thailand have upped their days now on the visa on entry from 30 days to 45 days. And once you're in Thailand, if you do renew after 45 days, you can extend a further 60 days. So it's starting to look a bit better for Thailand now as well. So you got Bangkok and you got Kuala Lumpur, 2 massive capitals, high-rise buildings all over the place. So no real difference there. I'm not really a fan of the big cities. I much prefer going around the smaller places. So, but anyway, pretty much the same. Again, we've got hotels, easy to book on a couple of apps I got on my phone. So I can book hotels in advance if I want. Pretty similar prices, Thailand and Malaysia. So another one where there's not much difference. So the people in Thailand, really friendly, really helpful. Obviously you've got some people trying to rip you off, but then that's anywhere you go. And Malaysia, the people are nice, very friendly. The only difference I did find was in Malaysia, a lot of people did speak English, where in Thailand there's a lot of people that don't speak English. So people, both places lovely, just a slight advantage being able to communicate in Malaysia. Now, both countries have very good road systems, easy to get around. In Kuala Lumpur, I noticed that the pavements in most of the places were laid properly and clear. In Bangkok and most of Thailand, you'll always get cracks and holes in the pavement, very high curbs and blockages on the pavement, either trees or lampposts right in the middle, bikes parked, plant pots, whatever. You spend most of the time walking on the road there, so a little bit more dangerous around Thailand for the curbs, but other than that, pretty much the same again. I did notice around Thailand, most places are kept really clean, bins are emptied daily, and just a nice place to be. In Malaysia, there's a lot of filthy, stinky places, lots of rubbish mounting up. So when I did stay in Langkawi, the beach where I stayed, it was almost vacuumed. It was so clean and tidy. There were people wandering around with bags picking up the rubbish. So that was good, but a lot more rubbish around the towns, cities. Thailand, much cleaner. Right, so getting about, you've got buses, trains, boats, planes, and really good value in both places, not too expensive, and all good quality transport really, so no complaints in both places there, really good. Right, so food and drink. In Thailand, you can more or less get a drink, alcoholic drink, anywhere you go. The food, you can't walk anywhere without finding street food, and there's restaurants and bars that do food, and it's all very high quality, all clean. Haven't really been ill. Well, I was ill once, but I'm not sure why that was. Might have been the whiskey. In Malaysia, it's a Muslim country, so alcohol is frowned upon. So it's very difficult to find bars or shops that sell alcohol. Towards the end of my time there, I did find a place that was selling Smirnoff vodka. I think it was about £5 for a litre, so couldn't complain at that. It was really good value. But in general, Thailand wins hands down on the food. Malaysian food, lots of curries, it's nice enough, but generally becomes boring after a while. Thailand, there's just so much choice. So to sum things up, I do prefer Thailand to Malaysia. It's more of a where you can go for a drink and eat and just get around. It's just so simple, and the people are lovely, like I say. Malaysia, bit of a downer on getting booze and just having a beer, quiet beer at the end of the day. So that was the downer for me. I think Malaysia is probably a better destination if you're with a family. I'm sure you'll find plenty to do there, but not for me. I don't think I'll be going back unless I'm down that end of Thailand and just need to get a border crossing. So that's the only reason I'll be going back to Malaysia. So the best thing I found about Malaysia were the people. The people were lovely, friendly, and couldn't do enough to help you. So I think the best thing about Thailand is the food. Second to none anywhere I've been in the world. It's really good. So much choice. Also the beer's accessible, and I think the women are a lot more beautiful in Thailand. So I'm off to the Philippines in 2 weeks' time, 2.5 weeks' time. I'm going to spend a month there, only get a month visa there. So I'm going to do a comparison in the future, be in about 6 weeks' time.
Chief Dale, it's all unique in your name.
ว่าแล้วที่ภาพเองนี่ดูกับภาพดูแบบนี้ดู
Cheers!
ตามจอบแล้วเราตามจอบ